Welcome back. We want to talk more about the historic and devastating wildfires in LA County as the fire season appears not to be over anytime soon. We're being joined by Pomona College professor Char Miller. He is a professor of environmental analysis and also the author of a new book called Natural Consequences. Professor Miller, what is your take on what's happening?
Well, this is, as everybody has seen, horrific. The devastation is just honestly, I have a hard time looking at the photographs. It's so painful to think of all the families and lives that have been so thoroughly disrupted, and the 24 people now that we know to have died. It's appalling. But of course, Santa Barbara and Ventura counties, the Central Coast, have all experienced major fires like the Thomas Fire and the like. So this is the world we live in.
Some of your essays might be based on the Thomas Fire. Should people on our Central Coast be worried about a repeat of history?
Well, I think some of what everyone needs to be thinking about is, these fires are not going to end soon. This is the life of California. It's always burned. The indigenous people burned upwards of 10% of this land mass of what we now call California annually. So we're nowhere near close to that amount, but also we have 38 million people here. So some of the dilemmas are how we live and where we live. Some of the dilemmas, therefore, are policy making and politics driven. But the natural consequences of drought and high winds, the Sundowners for you, the Santa Anas for us down here in Southern California, those systems haven't changed. The problem is that we're in their way.
Really, two more questions. What would you say if you had the ear to those lawmakers? And also, if we get too much rain, are we looking at another Montecito mudslide type event?
Absolutely, we're looking at a Montecito type. And think about the Palisades. Those are very, very steep slopes. If water hits it, that waxy soil is just going to dump that water downstream. Equally so for the Eaton fire. The topography is a little less sharp, but historically, landslides have always occurred after, or mudslides have always occurred after heavy rains, after heavy fire. Heavy rains with heavy fires is a bad combo. If I had the policymakers' ear, I would tell them to think about policies that would actually help people move away from the fire zones as opposed to building them into the fire zone. We've got a bad public policy with a very horrific outcome, as we've just seen.
I know they are rebuilding in Chico in Northern California. We have about 30 seconds left. What is your takeaway that you want our viewers to hear?
Be careful, be vigilant, pay attention. If you get an evacuation order, follow it. That's the most important thing that anyone can do to help firefighters do their job. I
was just thinking about our plan, our Ready, Set, Go plan, and I'm sure you have one too. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Professor Char Miller from Pomona College. Again, you can check out his new book. It is called Natural Consequences, Intimate Essays for a Planet in Peril. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.